My name is LaShelle Turner. I'm the warden of the Indiana Women's Prison. I've been with the Department of Correction for 30 years. As I began, I realized that I was very much passionate about my job, and I realized this was home to me. Me being in the position that I am now is giving me the opportunity to share and implement some of the ideas and thoughts that I've had in regards to successful reintegrations. I tried to find ways to help and resolve not only this offenders but staff as well. And I think for the most part, most people that really truly know me knows that's who I am. And it's not a facade for others, but it's who I've been called to be, and this is what I'm here to do. And that's the mission that I have at this time and at this place and in this season. I try to provide all the services that I can to make them better individuals. You know, we were providing programs, but we needed programs to address their actual needs. I use the analogy of an apple tree. What happens, you plant the seed, and the seed is an apple tree initially, but as we go through life, we all experience issues. The seed that was initially planted as an apple, now you have a peach and you have a plum and you have a cantaloupe and all. I view all of those fruits as issues. And now you have this big, huge tree that initially was supposed to be an apple tree, and now it's a tree full of hurt, trauma, and issues. So we started addressing those individual fruits, whatever that fruit is, and we can start plucking those fruits off. And so I always tell the offenders, now we've plucked the fruits off, let's dig this tree up and let's replant the apple seeds all over again. And it's a wonderful thing when you see that the tree is now producing the apples in which it's required. You know, that's what the expectation is. And when you see that, you recognize it, and it makes you feel a sense of value. When I hired in at the Indiana Women's Prison and I attended the first ICAN graduation, and I saw how it impacted the community, how it impacted the offenders, how it impacted the facility as a whole. The unit where we house the dog and the offenders is one of our better units. You feel the peace that the dogs bring to the staff that work in the unit and to the offenders in that unit. And they are so well behaved because that's their home, and those dogs are their children. If they ever even thought about removing ICAN, I would advocate for keeping them, because the staff as well, they're always willing to comply with our rules and regulations. They don't try to go outside of our requests. They don't make our jobs difficult. We just recently went through a reaccreditation, and I had to stand before the panel hearing, and they didn't have, the question they wanted to ask me was about the programs, and they wanted to know how could we have a maximum security facility and very few assaults and things of that nature. And I told them it was strictly because of the programming. And I had mentioned that ICAN was one of our big programs that has a huge impact. These ladies, they have no conduct reports now. They've gone from maybe at one time receiving 10 or 11 disciplinary reports a year to none in the past 5, 10, 15, some 20 years, no conduct reports, just from being and participating in the ICAN program. And I look at these individuals, and sometimes I'll tell others, you guys would not know this person and realize it's the same person if had you met this person 5 years ago. So it has changed the ladies tremendously to their positive, productive, warm, caring, and I'll use caring with a capital C. They become very caring, not only with the dogs, but even compassionate and caring towards the staff. And once they're in the program and they graduate, most of them don't want to move from the unit, and they become very emotional because they have a sense of belonging, and they feel like they've given back. You know, they prepare the dogs to provide, you know, service dogs for the community. And, you know, when you have 300 plus civilians coming to a graduation to see a dog handler passing a dog off to someone in need, words can't describe what that feels like for the offenders, for the receivers, and for the staff that are there to witness it. It's very rewarding for us, and it's rewarding for the offenders because they feel welcome, they feel accepted, and it gives them the opportunity to show who they are today and not the crime they committed years ago. I would urge anyone, just come to one graduation, come in and just request a tour to see the unit, to see what the program has to offer, and I think that it would change their perception of what the program has to offer, what the offenders bring to the table, what we bring to the table, but most of all, what ICAN brings to us as a department. So we thank ICAN for what they provide to us as a facility as well as to the offender population.